2 games gone, 2 games won, 1 more to go on the Wednesday to try and make it the hat-trick. Hello there guys, Arjana here for Forever Football DRFC with your 3 Lions review. England winning 2-0 at Albania, and look, it wasn't the most comfortable match, let's be perfectly honest here guys. It was not the most comfortable match at all. Albania put us under some serious pressure at times. We did control the ball possession wise, but when they had their chances they tried to go for it, they tried making the good options. They kind of failed at a couple of options, a few options, to try and play the ball with the final touch as well. But in the end, we controlled the game. We controlled it a little bit more in the second half when, obviously, the game became more open. The first half was quite compact, I felt, and I think that England was just trying to get their head around the game. But in the end, second half, it was all done and dusted and controlled the game after that. Albania did put us under some last-minute pressure, and then up the other end, Sterling could have scored right at the end. But again, it's the same story as the first game against San Marino. Sterling, again, he's taking way too many touches before trying to score, and I was so frustrated a few times with Raheem Sterling tonight. I really was, because he just wasn't taking the final touch, and sooner rather than later. And you know, we only made a couple of substitutions. I think the substitutions should have come a lot sooner. I think that the first half was not possession wise, but in terms of chances, very end to end. Possession wise, we were all over them for the rest of the match, but attack-wise, we were very end-to-end at times, and it didn't feel like a clinical showing. I think Albania set up defensively really well, got 10 men behind the ball, and we couldn't break them down. And I think that it was only a couple of times we did break them down. Wonderful cross from Luke Shaw. Harry Kane with the first goal with the header, and then, you know, obviously Kane hitting the bar with a cross from Raheem Sterling. So, you know, that could have been 2-0, but then it was 2-0 in the second half with Mason Mount scoring. Keeper went down low to try and do like a little diving save, but Mason Mount lifted it over the goalkeeper. Brilliant ball, brilliant goal. And just overall, it was just possession, really. I think it was just possession. Chances, I think, should have come a lot sooner. I think there should have been more goals in that game if we were more clinical again. And we may pay the price of that against Poland. Congratulations to Nick Pope as well. He is now the first goalkeeper in England 3 Lions history to have 6 clean sheets in his first 6 appearances, or not concede a goal in his first 6 appearances. That is pretty good. Well done, Nick Pope. That's something to have on his record. So let's go straight through the player ratings then. We only made 2 substitutions, both in that second half. So, of course, Phillips came off for Ward-Prowse. I'm going to give Ward-Prowse a decent, alright 6. Looked like he could have done something, but just not enough time, in my opinion. And then, obviously, Phil Foden came off for Jesse Lingard. I'm going to give Lingard probably a 5, round about a 6. Again, just nothing too much to shout about. Just tried to control the game. So, going into this starting 11, then. Pope, I'm going to give him a 6. Just not really had to make a save, really. Only a couple of times at best, but not really. It was just alright. He didn't have much to do. To be honest, I think he'll have to make a fair few decent saves against Poland on Wednesday, because I think it's very clear that Nick Pope will start all 3 of these games. I'm guessing Johnston and Henderson have gone over there for experience, but we'll see. Going into the defence then, Kyle Walker, I'm going to give him probably a 6 or a 7, probably a high 6. You know, he had a long distance shot in the second half. I think that Kyle Walker, I think physically demanding wise, the right back, he just he was into everything. He was trying, but I didn't think it was just too forward play. I didn't think he'd get involved as much. He did have a couple of chances to get involved, but just overall, just a commanding, alright performance at right back. John Stones, I'm going to give him a 6, you know. I think that it was a bit shaky along with Harry Maguire. I'm going to give both John Stones and Harry Maguire both the 6. I think they were quite shaky at times, especially in the first half, but the second half I think they kind of got it together a bit, and you know, Harry Maguire did get involved a couple of times, so did John Stones, and you know, it became better in the second half, but first half it looked a little bit shaky at times, so we'll see what happens with this Stones-Maguire partnership, if it's going to be the partnership that we use on Wednesday against Poland. Going into the left back position, Luke Shaw, I'm going to give him a 7. Beautiful cross for the goal, and just overall got involved very, very well. And I think that overall it was really good. Going into the midfield, we're going to go with Calvin Phillips. I'm going to give him probably a high 6. I think that, again, he was commanding, he was trying to make things happen, make the ball, and got in physically. So nothing much more you could ask from him, but I didn't see his name pop up more than other players, but I think overall it was alright. Declan Rice, I'll give him a 7. I think physically he was demanding, he was there, he was ready for it. His physical presence on the pitch was unbelievable, untouchable sometimes. So Declan Rice could be a strong defensive midfielder for us. Phil Foden, I'm going to give him a 7 as well. Got the goal in the second half before he came off, and overall had a very good attacking presence. Moving in then to the attack, let's go with Sterling. I'm going to go with Mount first of all. Mount, I'm going to go for a 7. I think Foden, obviously I said Foden got involved with the goal. No, I was wrong, it's Mason Mount. Mason Mount got the goal, and I think that, again, like Foden, his attacking presence. So Foden and Mount both get 7s anyway. But Sterling, I'm going to give him probably a 6. Yes, he came close a few times, but come on. He's taking way too many touches, he needs to be burying them. And then finally, Harry Kane, I'm going to give him a 7 as well. Got the goal and was trying to make things happen. He was in there. One thing I did notice from the whole team was the fact that there was so many forward runs. And it's like there was one ball football going on. Just one ball. Just one ball. And it was basically like no one was making forward runs. It's like make one hoof ball and hope for the best. There was no plan B. Just in case, if it was a different team like a Germany or a France or maybe even Italy or Belgium or Netherlands, we could have lost about 3-2 tonight, because I think that if we don't have a plan B for if the one ball over the top doesn't work, we're screwed. So we need to have that other option. But overall from the team, it was just okay. It was a decent win. So against Poland, we need to be more clinical with our chances. Don't be afraid to get forward. Beware of Lewandowski, because I know he's going to rip our defence a new backside if we give him the spaces. So we've got to make sure we keep out Lewandowski. That means John Stones and Harry Maguire's got to be absolutely concentrated from minute 1 to minute 90. And I feel like that's going to be the partnership on Wednesday. John Stones and Harry Maguire, the Manchester lads. They've got to show the pride, spirit and courage of Manchester to keep out Robert Lewandowski. And if we do that, we've got a chance of winning this one on Wednesday. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what team we put out. I think Stones and Maguire's going to start. I think Kane's going to start. If I could change anything, it would be drop Raheem Sterling, because I just don't think he's taking way too many touches before he shoots. So you've got to look at that and think, right, if you don't start being clinical, you're going to be off. Maybe it looks like probably Sterling will start. We know Pope's going to start. I think Kane's going to start. I think Stones and Maguire are going to start. So if Sterling doesn't take his chances more clinically on Wednesday, he needs to come off at half time. If he has a first half where he makes 7 shots and maybe one of them's on target but no goals, off the pitch, because you need players that are clinical, especially against a team like Poland that will punish you. So I'm not sure what's happening in the other international games, but I'm sure there'll be some shocking results somewhere. The Ireland one was shocking last night, wasn't it? Luxembourg. But there we go, guys. So thank you very much, guys, for watching this video. Stay tuned. Full week of videos coming next week. Obviously it'll be starting on Monday, probably, if you've got some daily reports to go for. But the main videos to watch out for in the next few days, in the next week, of course, you've got the preview for England-Poland on Tuesday. You got the review on the Wednesday evening. You've also got, on Thursday, the preview for the Doncaster-Charlton match. And then on Friday, we'll have the review after the match. So stay tuned for all of that coming up this upcoming week. But for now, guys, thank you very, very much. My name is Aaron Chandler from Forever Football, DRFC. This has been your 3 Lions review. And that, my friends, is full time. Come on, you 3 Lions. Let's make it 3 wins out of 3 on Wednesday.